Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to some more Geopolitical Simulator 4 Power and Revolution with Germany. It is that special time again. We're gonna keep playing along here. I gotta tell you guys, I've come up with a really cool idea for a future series. I'm not going to drop the bomb on it just yet because I need to test it out, make sure it's gonna work, but it's gonna require me to mod the game a bit, which I'm trying to get kind of better at doing. And yeah, I don't want to leak too much details or get too hype around it, because if I can't get it to work, then it's going to be a bust. But it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. But we're going to go ahead and get started anyways. I just want to tell you guys that because it's been on my mind, and I am really excited. You're going to want to keep, sticking around for that because the next one's going to be crazy. But anyways, we took the Netherlands over, which is wonderful because Germany's looking a little more proper. Not big enough yet, but a little more proper. And we can take a look at the Secret Service and see who else is on our hit list. There's a couple of things I want to do actually, and I'd like to get some agents in a couple of other areas. So I thought we put agents in Luxembourg. We did put agents in Luxembourg. It just hasn't been set up yet, so we're waiting for that to be set up. That timing though, I swear to God, that timing. There she be. Political spying. Okay, we can actually probably take them out of Russia for now, entirely. And for Poland, instead of cyber attack preparation, we'll go for political spying again for a bit. So that frees up 40 agents. I'm going to go ahead and put 10 more into Denmark. And then that frees up 30 agents. Where are we going next? Preferably somebody who is not in the European Union. Somebody who could be completely vulnerable without the protection of the European Union. Who could that, where could we go? Where could we possibly go? It could be any of these countries, but where could we possibly, oh, that's right. London, the UK. They are not, and that would give us access to eventually take Ireland as well. This could be very useful. The UK would give us a pretty protected, what I should say is it'll give us a very easily defensible area for when the eventual war with France breaks out, and a way for us to launch troops across the water to France. Heck, we could probably even launch missiles across the English Channel here over into France. So it kind of gives us that option, because right now all we have is this border with France. And hey, if Hitler could do it, we could do it too. But I would like to take Belgium and Luxembourg and kind of increase that front line a little bit. Or maybe it makes sense to have it. It's definitely more of a choke point, but we need to go on the offensive, so not really. France just has to defend. They're going to be the defenders. We're going to be the offensive. The offense. So probably not as ideal. Is there another country in here I'm missing? Oh my God! Is that a country? What? Liechtenstein? Who are you? Huh. I seen it right there. I seen the name and I was like, what the hell's that? Anyway, yeah. I think we're going to go after the United Kingdom. They're going to be really difficult, guys. Their navy will whoop our ass at this point. And we do have a lot of coastline, but like I said before, the United Kingdom is very easily defensible. If they launch, look at all the air bases they got. Their aircraft can just suppress any of our troops trying to get onto their shores. It could be difficult. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to up probably our Air Force and also up our Navy. And so we're going to go into the industry tab here and we're going to take a look and see what we can do in terms of maybe nationalizing some naval production. Yes, nuclear submarines, naval construction. Nuclear submarines would be really useful. I don't think we have any nuclear subs right now. Or do we? Let's have a look. What does our Navy actually look like? 19 frigates and cruisers between ranks 2 and 3. We have submarines, only 9. No aircraft carriers, no nuclear submarines. 7 satellites, no idea in the world where those are. All right, so we want some aircraft carriers and some nuclear submarines. The frigates and cruisers and the regular submarines we're going to need as well. But let me see what I can do here for the industry tab. Let's see what I can give them that might convince them to switch this over. So we can go ahead and we can adjust the degree of nationalization. Sector under control of the state. For this, we will create a new reform. And we will call it a stronger Germany, because honestly, who's going to vote against something that's called a stronger Germany, right? And we will pull that real quick. Oh, I don't have any funds. That's right. I forgot our party is completely 100% broke. We got to deal with that. But let's put that sector under control of the state. And worst case scenario, they just vote it down. So we will create that reform. And then we're going to head on over. We're going to take a stroll down industry lane. All the way down to helicopters, but let's focus on naval right now. Naval construction. Now, is this actually military, or is this because we got other surface? We've got other surface ships too. Let's just do nuclear submarines right now. Oh, budget cost $47 goddamn billion. Okay, let's just skip nuclear submarines for now, because that is scary. I'll be willing to drop that money later, but I'm not willing to drop it right now. So how about just submarines in general? Or maybe that falls under naval construction. So let's try naval construction. 20 billion, and not as bad. Let's do it. Inauguration on an airbase. Hey, that's the one in Belarus, isn't it? Congratulations. All right. And we're going to make allies here with Germany. So a lot of you guys were some of you guys like agreed with me when I said I didn't want to take Russia over. Did I say Germany? I meant Russia. Take Russia over because, in my opinion, the game gets kind of weird when you have, look at these cities. They're smoldering. They're still, Russia's barely recovered from the war. We've bounced back significantly better than Russia did. Mainly because the war was fought on Russia's territory. For the most part, we were able to keep Russia out of Belarus. But yeah, when you take over a large country like Russia, things start to get kind of weird with the game. And to be honest with you, the game just becomes, I don't know. It just, I wasn't ready. I didn't want to take Russia over yet. I just wasn't ready. I don't even know if I want to take them over in general. It's a lot of country. It's a lot of like country to manage, a lot of frontline to manage. It's so much better right now as Germany stands to just take over. You know, I can really kind of micro like Germany as it is right now. It's easy to clean it up. It's easy to just, replace roadways with high-speed train loops and stuff. I can really just kind of police what's going on here. Once you start taking over big countries like Russia, it starts to get a little bit, it costs a lot of money to span these distances for roads and stuff. It really slows the game down. So it's not to say that I wouldn't maybe eventually take over Russia. I just think as Germany stood right now, it just did not make sense in the grand scheme of things to take them over. However, the goal wasn't necessarily to completely integrate everybody from World War III. World War II. The goal was basically to just, beat them any way possible. So we got to still go after the UK. France is a target on our list. The United States is a target on our list. Italy is supposed to be our ally, but we might just spank them anyways. And if I can get Japan to be my ally, we should have a military alliance with Japan, so that should be good. Maybe we'll go after China for fun. But that's kind of like the goal, really. When's the playthrough going to end? Because I've had that question. Like, what's the ultimate goal? I think once the France, the United Kingdom, the United States are under our control, however it takes us to get to that point, then that would be the end. Now, obviously, I could probably just take them all over, in the next 5 episodes, maybe. Well, I probably couldn't actually. It'd be really difficult. The United States would be especially difficult to fight. Especially given the Atlantic Ocean here. But I'm going to kind of take my time doing it a little bit because I I feel like to properly do it, I need to build up good front lines with these countries, eventually take them over. You know, that's why I got my eyes on the United Kingdom right now. We could probably knock them out. But to take the United States, it's probably going to require me taking Mexico or Canada or both, so I can attack the United States from a northern and southern border. I'm also going to have a crazy big military. The United States has 1.3 million soldiers, and that's not to account for all of the tanks they have, aircraft carriers, their Navy, their Air Force, their this, that, and the other. They're going to be really difficult. So we're going to have to take over some countries around them, and then we're going to have to build up our military to take them. And it's all building our country up at the same time. So that gives you guys kind of a little bit of an idea. We've already beaten Russia pretty early on, but I don't think I want to integrate them. What I would rather do, to be perfectly honest with you guys, what I would rather do with a country like Russia is befriend them, create an alliance with them, and then use Russia to help me fight the United States. Because I don't want to have to micro all of their soldiers. And frankly, the generals in the game, the AI in the game is terrible at microing its own soldiers. It just doesn't do a very good job. So in terms of, it doesn't do a very good job in terms of like when you're playing the country. It just makes very poor decisions. But if I can have the AI control other countries for me, like allies and stuff, basically what that does is it puts the pressure on the United States to have to confront these enemy soldiers coming across the water or off into Alaska. And if I have Canada, then Russia can send troops through my border, through my country, or my land or whatever, down to the United States. So that kind of helps us out. So I think Russia just makes a significantly better ally at this point in time for us than it would a country under our control or a piece of land under our control. And to become an ally with them, you can see they're neutral now because we beat them and then they had a regime change. Oh boy. So to become an ally with them, we just need them to have some type of disaster so I can throw money at their faces. Hey, the Hyperloop's done.
The very first Hyperloop line opened yesterday with great fanfare. Its top recorded speed reached 1,200 kilometers per hour. The Minister of Transportation was pleased with this achievement, stating that this mode of transportation was as simple to use as a subway, with shuttles leaving every 20 minutes, faster than a high-speed train, environmentally friendly and low noise. However, tickets remain very expensive at this point and seem to be purchased exclusively by well-to-do clientele or the rushed businessman.
Very cool. First Hyperloop up, guys. Germany becoming a model country for the rest of the world. Take note, world. Take note at my power. We're going to put more Hyperloops up. We're going to make them a little bit more beneficial. I was doing some smaller Hyperloops because I wanted to... it's very expensive, so I want to just test it out and see what it did. So if we actually go here into transportation, we should be able to take a look at the Hyperloop. Kind of. Under construction, we can see how much of it is built here. So Hyperloop line, 63 miles, I'm guessing that is of it. Right? In miles. What's that say? In miles. Yeah, in miles. So we got 63 miles of Hyperloop line constructed. And my goal is to eventually deconstruct all of the roadways and replace all of them with the Hyperloop lines. No idea if that's even possible. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll keep all of the highways, but I will put Hyperloop lines next to all the highways. So that way the highways are still there to move infrastructure and vehicles. The Hyperloop lines will be strictly to move people from city to city. But I will tell you right now, all of these train lines, these can go. We do not need these. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening right here right now is I'm dismantling this train line right there. Berlin-Potsdam line. I'm pretty sure I am. See, I don't know if this is the Hyperloop line. I'm pretty sure that's what this is here. These cranes are dismantling that. I hate the fact sometimes clicking on anything in this game is damn near impossible. Okay, train. Okay, I must have accidentally clicked on a train. Well, that's the Hyperloop line, right? Let me click on the Hyperloop line to see Berlin-Potsdam line. See, so that I'm pretty sure is... Yeah, so I think this one is being deconstructed. We'll just wait and see. I'm almost positive that's what's happening there, is it's being deconstructed. Then we'll have just the Hyperloop line, and then we're going to make another Hyperloop line. So you can see there's a train moving here. I want to get a Hyperloop line to probably Wolfsburg or Hamburg. Hamburg would probably make more sense. It's a larger city. Population's got some soldiers in it. I bet the soldiers could use the Hyperloop line too. Tanks probably just can't. I've never tried that. We'll have to see. Population 1,534 in the thousands. So what's that? Like a million? Berlin, almost 3 million. Where else would we do a Hyperloop line? Dresden or Leipzig? I'm like probably butchering the hell out of all of these right now. Rostock? Maybe. Are these bases being dismantled? They are. They are not. Do we need these bases? All these bases? I feel like this base at least could be consolidated. Some of these air bases need to be deconstructed too. All right, how about our nuclear plant? Okay, it's still a little ways off. How about actually, let's look at the money. I'm like all over the place right now. Let me get my bearings. Budget excess 161 million. I want to put some more money into research. The goal at this point is to max out research so we start getting some of this stuff. So we'll spend 7 billion on military because that's pretty important, and energy and environment and matter sciences. 13 billion. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to up the amount of researchers we have and increase the amount of centers as well. So 2,000 researchers. So if I increase this by 4,000, then we can build 2 of those. It'll house all of them. So 4,000 researchers, because we want to have more of these guys so that way we're generating technology a little bit quicker. So that would mean that we would increase this to 5,000. Confirm that. And then we're going to build 2 of these. Distribute to confirm. Okay, perfect. And people should like that. Sitting against government policy, pacifist union. I was going to say, like, what is it? A group of people? Are they upset about the Hyperloop line? Are they upset about us investing in research? I mean, what could they possibly be upset about? I'm turning the damn country into a freaking utopia. Sure, I've had to step on a few people to do that. But we're not really that worried about it. Eventually, all these windmills and stuff got to go. I can't wait to... Or I might stay with the green technology, but I'm going to consolidate the windmills and stuff. They're all over the fucking country. They need to be cleaned up. All the false energy is going to be the first to go once 3G nuclear replaces that. There is, I think, nuclear fission in the game as well. So we might focus on that at some point. I got to keep building my gas pipeline too. I should at least get the gas pipeline to Berlin. Or where is that gas pipeline that the Ruskies here have coming through? It comes into Frankfurt. So I should take my gas pipeline and bring it down to Frankfurt. And that will probably make us a little bit more energy independent. I think the gas pipeline's fine where it is now. I don't think it has to necessarily run in between all these, or does it? Guys, it looks like it actually does run between them. Did I do that though? I think I did. Let me see where the Russian, let me look at their gas pipelines. This game has a lot of like really hidden mechanics. I should probably like I should probably do myself a favor. And I think there's a manual on the game someplace. See, these aren't actually hooked up to it. They just kind of run past. It goes all the way up in the north here. There is one hooked up here in the north. Then there's some oil there, actually. But then you can see the gas pipelines, and there's oil pipelines. They're all kind of just wherever. So, Jesus Christ, to live in that city. So it probably doesn't matter as long as it runs close to them. Like, there's oil lines over here that aren't even fucking connected to the pipeline. It really probably does not matter. Let me see. This is an oil line here, and it runs all the way. Boy, it does run to this oil well here. And then there's oil wells near it. You know, I don't really know how those mechanics work fully. I mean, I could connect them all just in case. I'm building a whole set of new ones. These plants got to go. They're in my way. I think I talked about that already. I don't want to get rid of them just yet, though. You know what? I will dismantle this one. because it's so small.
For the moment, we have the city.
Nah, just let them do their thing. They're fine. They're not hurting anybody right now. We'll execute them later. Taxation's something I need to revisit too, but let's go back to environment and see how this construction's going. Okay, so we're still building some of those. We're probably going to want to up nuclear threats at some point, because we're going straight up 3G nuclear and getting rid of everything else. Like I said, in the tech tree here, there is a tech, nuclear plant fusion right there. We're working on it. Probable outcome between 2026 and 2029. Matter sciences, energy, and environment. I think I just raised the research in both of those. Matter sciences, energy, and environment. So we're as far as we can get at this point. All we could do is up the amount of scientists to try and combat that. Wow, we actually hired those scientists almost damn near instantly, and the buildings aren't even close to being done. That's kind of cool, I guess.
I'll give you a quick update on the sit-in.
It's still worsening. All right, I'm going to appear on television, try to calm them down a bit. They're just upset about the Netherlands.
Your television.
Hey, very well received. They should start breaking up now. And our research on stem cells has allowed us to perfect a treatment for paralysis through the regeneration of nervous cells in the spinal cord with this new replacement therapy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to accept that because we can... Ooh, an anti-leprosy vaccine, too. Our medical sector is booming right now. This is all very, very good stuff. Let's go ahead and down this. I wanted to get it below... below 200,000 before the year's up, which we're going to do right now. Let me take a look now at work real quick. How's unemployment? It's going up a bit, but it's definitely gone down a considerable amount, which is good.
The vote was held. Unfortunately, the reform didn't pass.
God damn it. It was called a stronger Germany. How could you vote against that?
Our governmental cell informs me that it...
Oh, potential informer in Denmark. Maybe we'll get some more information. Oh my god, I gotta get the damn industry moving. What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? I'm subsidizing copper still. Alright, we're gonna turn that off now. No more copper subsidization. Free up a little bit of money there. Subsidizing iron. Has it made a difference? It has actually made a small difference. But we're gonna lower that too. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yep, tanks and armored vehicles. There should have been fighter planes. I'm gonna go ahead and subsidize that with some of that money I just freed up. Let's let that all kick through, and then I got to figure out what I'm gonna do here to get that stuff under my control. It's the parliament. The parliament is boning me right now. We could start making parties illegal. That would clean some stuff up. We'd start with the left-leaning parties. They are the ones that always vote against me. If we could get rid of the Progressive Front, then that would make it so much easier to get legislation passed. I'd take a huge popularity hit, and I might even be stabbed for it. That's the problem. And that is why when I went into police, in Secret Service, I started increasing the amount of protection for the head of state, because I want to avoid getting stabbed in the face. It's kind of my goal. Political police, I'm assuming, also helps with that some, but I could be wrong. Establish the level of ID checks. Weak, really. Probably should make that average. I have no money. Let me go talk to... Let's go talk to our friend, the rich people. We've got two of them now that we actually managed to convince one of them to join the left, to take a party card out, the left-wing billionaire, because he likes me. But let's talk to the right-wing billionaire and see if we can get some more money. And then we have to use that money. We'll actually meet with the left-wing too. We have to use that money to start a fundraiser campaign and try to raise more money for our party. I cannot believe how broke our party is right now. I think the head of state salary also affects some of that, but... Oh, God. Let me look at our party here. Investment budget available, negative 330,000. Ugh. Mixed and unlimited funding. Mixed and limited funding. Private funding only. We'll just leave it mixed and unlimited. Hey, how's it going, my friend? Here's a glass of champagne. I love you so much. You're radiant.
You're not.
Oh, thanks. Oh, are you hitting on me? Oh, you're so... Oh, God, you're so attractive. That face, that chiseled jawline. Oh, my Lord. I can't even control myself right now. Hey, listen, while you're here, you are definitely the richest and most generous.
Very kind.
And since you're so generous, I need you to fund my party.
Yes, it's a good idea. I'll do my best.
Oh, yes. 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 Okay. We want to also meet with the old... the representative of the old people, as I like to refer them to. Because we're going to ask them to speak highly of us. Video games, not in my country. Going to make that party illegal at some point. We all know how much video games increases violence. Where is the old people? Seniors. You, I want to meet with you. Have a meeting, have a discussion. Oh, yes, the left-wing billionaire. Come here, my friend. Here's a coffee.
Sure.
Oh, glass of champagne.
I'd be happy to.
You're radiant.
You're not bad yourself.
Oh my goodness. Klaus Wakopf. You flatter me. Oh, look at that chiseled jawline. Oh my God, that nose. Your brown hair. You are so rich and generous. I need some money.
Yes.
He's gonna... I've got the left and the right eating out of the palm of my hands. This is fucking great. Oh my God, that should give us... I think they'll give us $1 million each, so that should help. End of sit-in. Good. Some more of these bases could be moved while we're at it. I had mentioned moving this base, so we'll go ahead and relocate these soldiers here. Dismantle that base. I've freed up so much money by just tearing down useless military bases. That's already being dismantled. This one, I'm building a base here, I think. This one could be dismantled. The bases are just very poorly placed. They could be better placed. I do want to keep some around Berlin, because that's our capital. So these ones I'm fine with. Yeah, these ones I'm fine with. 1.32 million transferred from Karsten. And now we're just waiting for another 1.32 million, hopefully.
No thanks.
Oh, no.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, there we go. You're charming.
Thanks.
And I would like you to speak highly of me.
Okay. If it makes...
Perfect. If you get the old person here, the senior citizen protections president, to speak highly of you, I don't know why, but countries are just full of fucking old people. It's probably all those goddamn boomers. And it raises your popularity usually considerably, but you can only do it every couple of months in the game. If you do it too often, then it doesn't work and sometimes can have the opposite effect. Because then it's kind of like they're milking you and nobody likes to be milked. Okay, that guy didn't give me nearly as much money, but he gave me money and that's all that matters. We're going to go ahead now and take a look at the party again. Let's see how we're doing. 1.83 million. That's fantastic. So now it boils down to... we want to launch a fundraising campaign for our party. Investment budget available 1.8 million. Campaign cost is 1.2 million. Is the campaign going to generate more money than it's going to fucking cost? Because I swear to God, if I spend 1.2 million and I don't make over 1.2 million, I'm going to flip the hell out. Last campaign run, none. Elections, J831. A fundraising campaign for a political party would be the most effective when launched during the election period and when an adequate lapse of time since the previous campaign. Results of a campaign will be seen 2 weeks from launching. So, when is the next election? For me, it's pretty far away. When's these guys' next election? Because we got to figure something out. Budget on, look, they had 739 million and I've spent all of it. I am a terrible, I'm good at raising money for the country. I'm terrible at raising money for my political party. Like, we should try it once, right? Just to see. But the problem is, if it's not close to an election and I don't make that 1.2 million back, oh my God, it's going to be bad. Date of next elections, 2023. That's because I've increased their length of term. But I need to get money some other way. Like, how else can I get money into my party if I don't hold a fundraiser? Should we test it out just to see? Worst case scenario, we'll just ask the billionaires for more money, but I won't be able to do it for a little while now. Let's just try it. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it works well unless I try it, guys. We have to test some of this stuff out. This game's got so much crap in it. If you don't just start testing stuff out, you're never going to know. So we're going to launch a fundraiser campaign. We're going to try to make some damn money. Last campaign, fundraiser, last campaign's ongoing, insufficient budget, so investment budget available. So now we have 572,000 available. We're going to see if the campaign generates a little bit of money. I'm so popular that maybe it'll help some. We'll see. We'll see if it helps. It is our first ever campaign, fundraising campaign, so maybe we'll get a lot of donations. Hey, statements in the press pushing me up to that 100%. That's excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to see. All right, let's take a look at the Secret Service again. I meant to look at countries. Files of head of states here. Austria, proof. We've got proof against all these countries. Denmark, Belgium, the Czech Republic, Austria. We do want to go after Denmark. That's on my list. They're probably in the European Union, I would almost guarantee. Everybody's in the European Union. Denmark. What I would give to see some of these countries fall out of the European Union. 60.1 billion cash surplus. Yes, we are paying our debt off a little bit at a time. No national treasury. Still have an budget excess of 165 billion. How does that debt look? It's looking like it's getting paid down. God, it's still so fucking high though. Why do we have so much debt? Germany, get your shit together. This is the first country I've played in this game that I've started with like just stupidly massive amounts of debt. India has a 6.3% interest rate, but I don't dare try and lower that because last time, if you guys remember in my Israel playthrough, I think it was, when I tried to lower the interest rate, I think the game, that feature of the game is broken. So it ended up like raising it to 400% and like bankrupt my country pretty much instantly. It was kind of amazing. So I don't even touch interest rates now. I don't even try to fight for lower interest rates because 6% is ridiculous. I'd love to pay that off first, but there's really nothing you can do about it. So it is what it is. Okay. And then I want to take a look at the inflation. Dude, inflation is so damn good right now. This is the first time I've played where I've had inflation like stay pretty consistent, but that's probably because I learned in the past, like with Uganda playthrough and stuff, that you have to keep your growth under control if you want to keep your inflation under control. Some people are actually asking me about that. And just to kind of explain it a bit for those of you who are also playing along and such, you don't want to grow too rapidly. You can see we're in 2021 right now, and I'm not just like running around and doing all sorts of crazy, taking a ton of countries at one time and everything. If your country grows too rapidly, inflation will skyrocket. You know, you do all these trade deals and stuff. You got to kind of get it here and there a little bit over time. Every quarter, you know, you take a country, you raise taxes, you do stuff to increase money. Actually, raising taxes would be opposite of, you'd be fighting inflation. But still, it's all a balance. The game's meant to be played out. It's a real world simulator. It's supposed to be a simulation game. You know, it's got mechanics that are supposed to represent economies as closely as possible. If you go out and you just start taking all these countries over and you do all these massive multi-billion-dollar trade deals and you pump all this money into your economy, inflation's going to go up. That's just what it's going to do. That's how inflation works. So you've got to grow over time slowly. Let your economy have some time to digest and absorb the growth. Then you won't have to worry as much about inflation. I really learned a valuable lesson when I played Uganda way back in the day. How are they doing, by the way? So hopefully we can utilize that. So far, it seems to be working very well. I'm very happy that we've kept inflation under control, especially taking over Belarus and the Netherlands. It's been really good, actually. They don't have any nuclear warheads. Psh, get on my level, Uganda. Which reminds me, we should make sure we're still working on those. We need to have a bunch of nukes, because when we go to war with the U.S., I almost definitely will use nukes to end the war, if I can. But we have to keep producing them, as many as we can. All right, so we're going to leave it off here. We're out of time. Nice long episode. Have you guys been enjoying these longer episodes? Let me know down below in the comment section. Can't wait to start the next playthrough after Germany as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to stick around. Going to be tons of GPS4 content on the channel. 2020 is coming out. GPS4 2020. Right now we're playing the 2019 version, so you know I'm going to be playing with that. And then Eversim has also announced a brand new simulator game that they're coming out with. I can't remember the name. It's like something Warfare. It's pretty cool. I'm going to look into it more, try to see if I can get something to show you guys. So that'll be fun as well. You're going to want to, you're going to want to take a look at that when the time does come. But with that being said, thank you all for joining me. Hope that you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next time.